Close your eyes for a second. Imagine a civilization so advanced, so powerful, that the ancient world considered it untouchable. A city with harbors full of warships, temples that gleamed gold in the morning sun, engineers who built structures no one else on Earth could replicate. And then, one night, it was gone. Not conquered, not abandoned, not burned to the ground. Just gone. Swallowed by the ocean in a single catastrophic night. No ruins, no survivors, no trace. Only one man, a Greek philosopher named Plato, preserved the story. And for over 2,000 years, the world called it a myth. But what if it wasn't? What if Atlantis was never a legend, but a memory? Around 360 BCE, Plato sat down and wrote something that would haunt historians for the next 2 millennia. He described an island nation, massive in size, wealthy beyond imagination, located somewhere beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we call today the Strait of Gibraltar. According to Plato, this civilization didn't just have money. They had technology, architecture, a capital city built in perfect concentric rings of land and water, an engineering design so sophisticated that even modern architects study it. They had a navy powerful enough to threaten the entire Mediterranean world. They conquered parts of Europe and North Africa, and for a long time, no one could stop them. Until greed consumed them. The gods, angry at their arrogance, sent earthquakes, floods, and in a single night of destruction, Atlantis vanished beneath the sea. For centuries, scholars dismissed this story as pure philosophy, a fictional warning about pride and corruption. Plato made it up, they said. There is no evidence. Move on. But here's what those scholars didn't account for. The ocean floor has secrets. Secrets that were completely inaccessible to humans. Until now. Let's go back 12,000 years. The last ice age was ending, and it didn't end gently. Glaciers the size of continents, glaciers that had locked up enormous amounts of the world's water for thousands of years, began to melt, all at once. Sea levels rose by over 400 feet. Coastlines that entire civilizations had built their lives around simply disappeared. Villages, roads, harbors, farmland, all of it consumed by rising water. To the people alive during this period, it would have felt like the end of the world. Now, here's something that should stop you cold. Flood myths appear in virtually every ancient culture on Earth. The Sumerians, the Hindus, the Mayans, the ancient Hebrews, indigenous peoples from Australia to the Americas. Civilizations that had no contact with each other, separated by oceans, all independently recorded memories of massive floods that destroyed the world they knew. Coincidence? Scientists used to think so. They're not so sure anymore.
In 1600 BCE, something happened in the Aegean Sea that gives historians pause. The volcanic island of Thera, modern-day Santorini, erupted with a force 4 times more powerful than Krakatoa. The explosion shattered the island. Tsunamis over 100 feet tall raced across the Mediterranean. The Minoan civilization, the most advanced maritime culture of its time, was devastated overnight.
A wealthy island nation, extraordinary technology, sudden catastrophic destruction, the sea claiming everything. For most of history, the ocean floor was as unreachable as the surface of Mars. Dark, pressurized, utterly inaccessible. That changed in the last few decades. Advanced sonar systems can now produce detailed 3-dimensional maps of the seafloor. Underwater robots can explore regions no human has ever seen. Satellite imagery reveals strange formations hidden just beneath coastal waters. And what scientists have found has rewritten the conversation about Atlantis entirely. Off the coasts of India, Greece, Cuba, and Japan, researchers have discovered submerged settlements, stone structures, ancient roads, buildings clearly constructed by human hands, now sitting under 100, 200, sometimes 300 feet of water. This proves something that skeptics can no longer deny. Entire human civilizations have been lost beneath the sea. Not metaphorically, literally. Cities, communities, history we never knew existed, buried underwater for thousands of years. The question is no longer whether lost civilizations can exist beneath the ocean. We know they do. The question is, how many are still down there? And could one of them be the civilization that inspired Plato's most famous story? Today, artificial intelligence scans satellite images for anomalies. Deep-sea drones map terrain no human eye has ever seen. Some researchers believe we are on the verge of the
ocean, right now, waiting.
Thousands of theories about Atlantis' location have been proposed. Most collapse under the weight of their own speculation, but a few have survived serious scientific scrutiny. Location 1, Santorini, Greece. The strongest candidate in many historians' eyes. The volcanic destruction of Thara matches Plato's description almost point for point. The Minoan civilization that thrived nearby was extraordinarily advanced, and the timing, while not perfect, is close enough to generate serious debate. Look at Santorini from above today. That circular bay, the caldera, is what's left after the volcanic island exploded and collapsed into the sea. An entire island civilization, gone overnight. Location 2, southern Spain, Doñana National Park. This location has gained significant traction in recent years. Satellite imagery revealed large circular formations buried beneath the marshlands near Spain's Atlantic coast. Researchers who analyzed the site believe the geography matches Plato's description more precisely than any other candidate. The circular patterns, the location near the Atlantic, the geological evidence of massive flooding. It's not proof, but it's compelling enough that teams have launched serious excavations. Location 3, the Azores, Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Some researchers argue that the Azores Islands are the exposed peaks of a much larger landmass that sank beneath the Atlantic Ocean. The underwater topography around them shows unusual features.
Most geologists reject the idea, but it remains one of the most emotionally satisfying theories, because the Azores sit almost exactly where Plato said Atlantis would be. Other theories. The Caribbean, Antarctica, before it was covered in ice. The North Sea, which was dry land 10,000 years ago. The coast of Morocco, even regions near Indonesia. Every few years, a new discovery reignites the search. Every few years, another team announces they've found it. And every few years, the evidence eventually falls short. But the search continues because of what Atlantis represents. Not just a lost city, but a lost chapter of human history. An entire civilization that rose, thrived, and died before written records began. And if one such civilization existed, how many others did?
So, after everything, the theories, the discoveries, the centuries of searching, was Atlantis real? Here is what we know for certain. First, sea levels at the end of the last ice age rose dramatically. Coastlines vanished. Human settlements that existed for thousands of years were permanently swallowed by the ocean. This is not speculation. This is geological fact. Second,
Submerged human settlements have been found off multiple coastlines around the world. Structures clearly built by human hands, now sitting underwater. The ancient world was bigger, older, and more complex than our history books suggest. Third, ancient flood myths appear across every major culture on Earth. The same story, told independently, by civilizations that had no contact with each other. That kind of pattern doesn't come from nowhere. Fourth, Plato was not known for writing fiction. His other dialogues deal with philosophy, politics, ethics, grounded ideas rooted in real observation. Why would one story be pure fantasy? No one has found Atlantis. No underwater ruins have been identified as definitively matching Plato's description. That's the honest answer. But something else is true.
Science has proven that the ocean can swallow civilizations whole, that human history extends further back than we once believed, that myths, passed from survivor to survivor across thousands of years, often carry a kernel of real memory buried inside them. Atlantis may have been one city, or it may be a symbol, a compressed memory of dozens of coastal communities lost to rising seas at the end of the Ice Age. A collective human trauma so enormous that it echoed across cultures for 10,000 years. And here is the part that should genuinely unsettle you. The ocean covers 71% of the Earth's surface. We have mapped less than 25% of the seafloor in any real detail. The rest, 3/4 of the ocean bottom, remains largely unknown. Somewhere beneath those dark, unexplored waters, the greatest archaeological discoveries in human history may still be waiting. We may not have found Atlantis, but we haven't finished looking.
If this story made you question what else history has buried, you're not alone. Subscribe to Truth Lab. We go where the mainstream doesn't. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you want to go deeper, the next video is right here. See you on the other side.